Hello, everyone, and welcome to Learning with Jelly. If you are new to my channel, this channel is dedicated towards teaching technical skills to land jobs as data analysts, data consultants, data scientists, and more. I'm mostly known for my SAS programming videos, but now have transcended into the world of Python. So, if you are looking to land a role as a data professional, this playlist will be for you. It will house several modules ranging from statistics concepts, data cleaning concepts, data visualization concepts, SQL concepts, and more. But before we talk about the structure of this playlist, the first video is going to be all about what is data analytics and why this playlist could be beneficial for you if you are trying to land your first ever data role. So, the agenda for today is that we're going to define this field of data analytics. We're going to look at some possible job roles that you can obtain if you acquire data analytics skills, as well as some of the technical and professional skills needed to go into the field. So, let's look at a real quick quote. So, this is from an unknown source, but I really like this quote. It says, "Assumptions are the foundations of mistakes. Data is the basis of success." So, we can assume all day. We can assume that we're going to have great sales next month. We can assume that our customers' spending is going to go down next month. We can assume that this person may commit fraud. We can assume that it's going to rain tomorrow. We can assume that this blood panel may lead to cancer. All of those are assumptions, and assumptions are important. However, having data to either prove or disprove the assumptions is that much more important and can really solidify our knowledge of business and help us make strong business strategic decisions. So, data analytics is going to be this process of inspecting, cleaning, and transforming data. So, what do we mean by inspecting? Figuring out what exactly do you have in your data? What information is in the data? Cleaning. We're going to talk a lot about cleaning in subsequent modules, but data doesn't come to us in this nice, pretty format. Sometimes you may have missingness. So, how do we deal with missingness? Sometimes a column may have letters as well as numbers, which we consider two different variable types. So, how do we actually clean up that column? Sometimes data is not rolled up in the way that we need it to be rolled up in. It's also about transformation. So, creating new variables to give us insights, transforming the variables that we already have. Maybe we have information about the number of bedrooms in a house and the number of bathrooms, and we can look at the ratio between the two. Maybe we need to transform data so that we're able to run models on it. All of these things are part of data analytics as well as data scientists and beyond. And the whole goal is to provide actionable insights and to identify trends based off of the data. What can the company do? What decisions can they make? What are some low hanging fruit that they can take advantage of? And as we know, data is across every field nowadays. So, what are some job roles that you can possibly enter into if you have some of these data analyst foundations? So, one is a business intelligence analyst, and these analysts are focused on storytelling and creating great visuals from the data. So, the pie charts, the bar charts, the dashboards that you see in Tableau, Looker, Power BI, all of these are going to help you tell a story to clients, which is a very, very important role. There's also marketing analysts. So, looking at social media data, looking at campaign data, utilizing tools such as Google Analytics to figure out what page are people visiting the most on the website, looking at your conversion rates, looking at how consumers feel about products, looking at how you should advertise a product and service. All of this is backed behind data. And then a more general role is that of a consultant, right? Informing other companies, whether it's companies that are finance, healthcare, sports, environmental, about what is actually in their data and what can they do to help achieve their data goals or their key performance indicators or their outcome metrics. Data is across several industries. And on the previous slide, that was just three roles of many roles out here. But industries such as healthcare can help answer the question about what patients are benefiting the most from a medical treatment, right? That is all backed up by data. You can also look at what is causing or the risk of someone acquiring a certain disease. What is this DNA sequence that appears most often in certain disease? What are these x-ray images, and can we predict from an x-ray if someone has pneumonia or not? All of these are important questions that can be backed behind data. Finance, such as what is the relationship between budget and revenue for a company across time? Are we making enough sales? What is our ROI, and how long will it take for us to achieve that? All of this is backed behind data, as well as consumer and retail, such as what customer demographic purchase a product the most. Are people buying strawberry Pop Tarts most during hurricane season? That was actually proven from data a few years back. That was an interesting analysis. Are people buying this brand of shovel more so than another brand of shovel? Whatever it may be, right? And these are some of many industries that require these data analytics skills and this data intuition. So, what are some of the technical skills? And I'm going to talk about technical skills and professional skills, and you need both. Do not think that the technical skills are more important than the professional skills or vice versa. Nowadays, companies want unicorns, which means someone who has skills across multiple areas, right? So, if you are all about the technical but lack the professional, it's going to be difficult to land a role, and then vice versa. But some general technical skills that data analysts possess are some sort of programming language: Python, R, SQL. This playlist is going to be mostly on Python as well as some SQL, but Excel is also very widely still used in a lot of companies. R is great for statistical tests and things of that nature as well. Math. And if you're afraid of math, I promise once I get to the math section, hopefully you're not as afraid of math, but definitely statistics is the foundation of data analyst roles as well as data scientists, right? And this includes information on probability, hypothesis testing, which we would get into, such as A B testing, Z test, T test. Maybe you have heard of a Z score, either in a previous academic setting, all of that, as well as data visualization. So as I mentioned, these helps us tell the story behind the data, because the data means nothing if you don't have a story, right? If you can't drive action. So tools such as Tableau, Power BI, Looker is all good for data visualization. And then just data cleaning and exploration. Can you get some summary statistics of the data? Can you manipulate the data in a way that's ethical, number one, but also tells the story that exists in the data? The professional skills. So, the professional skills out here, especially now with the rise of generative AI, such as Dolly and ChatGPT and all these other open AI algorithms that has been taking the internet by storm, right? These professional skills that are going to be needed even during this generative AI is the problem solving, creative solutioning, and critical thinking. Generative AI tools such as ChatGPT needs to have creative prompts. It needs to be tuned. It needs to have someone who's able to critically think and know what tools to use and which tools are appropriate for the business, right? So that leads to bullet point 2 here, where communication will not go away. Can you explain some of these technical findings that you're going to come across to non-technical audience to drive business understanding and data understanding within that organization? And do you have that domain knowledge necessary to really know what tools are needed for finance, healthcare, sports? Not every industry is going to require the same tools. Not every question requires the same tools. Not every business problem requires the same tool. So, can you have an understanding of the domain and business in order to apply these data analytics skills appropriately? As well as project management. Can you think about a technical project from start to finish, right? What resources are involved? Can you establish the critical path that needs to be done? What tasks are dependent on each other? What stakeholders, both internal and external, are needed? Things of that nature. So let's talk about this playlist. We're going to be launching at least 3 of these modules that you see on the screen on YouTube. And there may be other platform options for the other modules coming soon. And that will be announced via video as well as on my LinkedIn, Angelica Spratley, Spratley. But intro to data analytics, just doing an introduction of what data analytics are, what are the tools out there, what jobs you can acquire, how can you actually follow along in this course via GitHub, things of that nature. The foundation Python skills, so Python programming skills for data types such as strings, integers, floats, how to work with them, how to actually iterate through data, especially as lists and for loops. And then other modules are going to be focused around data visualization, SQL, data manipulation, statistical concepts, and even projects. So, some next steps. So, the next lesson is going to be how to get started with Google Colab, because that is going to be the Python interface that we are going to use in these next modules for you to write code, as well as learning all about GitHub. How can you access GitHub to have access to these PowerPoints as well as the notebooks? Really quickly, I'm just going to go to GitHub and there will be a link in the description below. Learning with Jelly Data Analysts is the GitHub link, and that is going to have all of the modules here, as well as the notebooks and PowerPoints for you to take advantage of. So, thank you all for tuning in to Learning with Jelly. I look forward to presenting to you in the next lesson. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye.